Hello, you are listening and watching to a very special podcast. This is the behind the scenes for Ophelia Furey and the character. Here we go. So, now, I was talking about the meaning of Ophelia and her daughters' names. I know the name Pansy sounds a bit not so scary, but Pansy is a symbol of Ophelia. The flower of pansy that Ophelia gives out means thoughts. So Pansy is supposed to be a thoughtful person. Ironic, isn't it? But anyway. So you're probably wondering, why is Stephanie a mute? Well, if you look back at the origin story in part 10, it shows that Stephanie is a bisexual young lady because she had a lesbian lover. I didn't say the word lesbian in there, but it is hinted that Stephanie is bisexual. So she likes both guys and females. But anyway. Now, the 5 sisters are actually born with disorders. And the 2 sisters, Collie and Ruth, they actually have some sort of autism disorder. Why is that? Well, let's just say I wanted something different. I mean, I absolutely had seen people with autism, but they don't say complete sentences and they're not highly functioned like I am. I am pretty much highly functioned, autistic, but I've seen a lot of people with autism who are what I call nonverbal. But it's not just me, everyone calls it, because in this type of autism, there's many different types. You got the highly functioned, and the reason why I say highly functioned is because, well, they are able to say sentences, words, but despite that, they still have the characteristics. Taking things logically, repeating things over and over, that sort of thing. But anyway, now for the nonverbal, I'm not saying that the nonverbal are stupid. No way. Don't even go there. The reason why I'm mentioning nonverbal is because, they can't talk, but if you make them communicate with their hands, like sign language, you can help them out. But you're probably wondering, how does Rosemary and Pansy are going to help sisters like Rue and Collie? Well, if you look back, Rosemary and Pansy have supernatural powers. So they managed to communicate with them telepathically and to help them out, even though, Rue and Collie's minds are just, baby-like. They can't talk, they speak incoherently, and they just make these weird sounds. Actually, I didn't want to make fun of anyone, but I was pretty much inspired by this one young girl who had autism. And I remember she would come in, she was a beautiful little girl, she had pretty eyes, but she always talked incoherent, making a lot of noise. She always made sounds like she would say da or see. And sometimes she would bite herself, she would bite her own arm, because when she gets too overly excited or something, she would just bite herself. I was a little concerned because when she did that, she always left bite marks all over herself. I'm not saying it's not safe, but I was a little concerned, but it's alright, whatever. So, while just seeing this, I believe I was trying to do it just as an inspiration for Rue and Collie. because, well, I want people to know that there are girls and boys who go through something like that, but at the same time, like, there's nothing wrong with looking for help. But anyway, so yeah. And the reason why I used Ophelia is because, well, I researched on TV tropes that it said in the article of the Ophelia, it says that kids with autism are actually Ophelia-like. Like, sometimes they would run around, they would just do crazy things like they usually sometimes do when they're younger. Like, they get easily distracted, they sing to themselves without realizing what it is. Sometimes they would shriek and just go nuts. They would say things that people would find fascination, but deep down people are actually trying to, like, understand them, even though it's kind of complex. So yeah, that's the whole idea of the Ophelia. And that's where I get the character from. Also, like, here's another note. I also have another inspiration for Ophelia Furey. And I've listened to this band quite, but she actually left the band. And I believe you know exactly which band I'm talking about. No? Okay, I'll tell you the name. Flyleaf. What? Flyleaf? Wait, you mean Lacey? Yep, that's right, Lacey. She goes by the name of Lacey Storm. She left the band of Flyleaf after someone she knew died, and I guess she left the band because, well, she was trying to be a bit thoughtful on something when she thought of her friend, and all of a sudden she decided to leave and maybe spend time with her family. But before, she was married and she had a child, and I really found a fascination in Lacey. I discovered her when I was, like, watching animes like Full Metal Alchemist and Elfine Lid. I pronounce it as Elfine Lied. But anyway. I was so fascinated with Lacey. In her music videos, she always did this. She always posed in these Ophelia-like stances. And she would be like, her hair was so long and messy, and she was always seen barefoot, even when she was performing on stage. She had a really nice voice, but sometimes she was pretty good with the screamos, like in Sorrow and I'm So Sick. Like, you know, like after she sings the parts in some of her songs, like, time will come, or I will break, that sort of thing. Sorry, I don't want to bust your ears. But anyway, yeah. I was like, oh man, this girl is awesome. And I was thinking about the whole idea to create Ophelia Furey, and I decided, hey, why not? Maybe I can use Lacey as inspiration, because I love this girl and I think she's got a really great voice, but I was so fascinated with her poses while she was singing in her music videos, and I was really fascinated with the idea. And Flyleaf, just so you know, is a Christian rock band, and she herself is a Christian, but also, like, she's just really a much interesting, fascinating young lady, despite her being a Christian. And also, I know some of you don't believe in God, but she is really, really the most interesting singer I have ever met. And if she is listening to me talking about her in a good way, I I have to be honest. I really would love to hear her sing again, because she's got a really good voice. She's really awesome. Yeah, sorry, I'm talking a lot. But anyway, so inspirations. I think I already listed them down, but let me go through it again. Fear, Carrie, Ophelia from the play Hamlet, and of course we have Lacey Storm. And also for the four sisters, 5 actually. I meant to say 5, but I thought of 4 because there's 4 evil sisters. Even though the other 2, the younger ones, Rue and Collie, they're not exactly evil, they're just neutral. They're, you know, in between. But you'll find out. Anyway, yeah, so I'll see you next time. I'm Catherine Donovan, and I'll talk more on this subject later. Take care. Bye.